Weekend Camp Soul Lane, weekend number 1, 667, number 1.
Alright guys, I can talk to you now. Anyway, I'm not muted. Chill. Well, I was muted, but I'm not now. Anyway, thank you for the sub, Splinter. And Salmon, I just read your message.
Weekend Camp Soul Lane, weekend number 1, 667.
Pooch skin. Wait, there's an Pooch skin?
Hype
No
me
one's
up,
hyped for
smiley
Pooch.
face.
No poocher. Nobody wants the pooch. What up, Ripgore? Thank you for the 13 months, brother. Hi, T-Craws. What up, Paranoia? What up, Google? Hi, Human. What up, Master? I think I'm gonna play as long as my fiance's going to the gym.
Weekend number 1, 667, number 1.
What up, user friendly? Thank you for the sub, brother. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, man. Wait, why is Shark Tooth banned? Chill. Panther, so rude. What's up, guys? Today was good, other than I got my new shoes came, except for the dude who so you know we are giving away the world's trip. Tonight was the plan. I might extend it a little bit more, but the dude who started the idea and was originally going to pay for the whole thing just randomly stopped talking and blocked me and won't respond to anything. So he was going to pay for the whole thing originally, and then I was like, I'll pay for half and we'll do the whole trip. And then he was like, okay, I'm down. So I figured it would have been like $600 or $700, probably $500 or $600 each. And then he just dipped without saying anything. So I might extend it another week to make sure we can still do everything that was planned, considering I'm going to have to pay for it all now. It shouldn't be a problem, but like I said, I got to figure it out because the dude just randomly dipped. What up, Blue Jaws?
Weekend Camp Soul Lane, weekend number 1, 667, number 1.
What up, Nim? Thank you for the 18 months. Yeah, the venomous donkeys guy just disappeared. And then I had him, I had messaged him on Twitter. That's how he originally contacted me about the idea. Like, I have everything screenshotted. And then I went to check to message him today to make sure, because he bought the ticket for Worlds. He was the person who bought the actual ticket to go for the person to go to Worlds. So I was going to get that from him and then do all the other stuff myself. But he blocked me, so I couldn't message him back. Actually, he unfollowed me. I messaged him saying, yo, are you going to bail on the giveaway? And then he blocked me. What up, Twisty? What up, Cat Goddess? So he kind of fucked me really, really hard. People suck. Alright, let's watch these patch notes. Ooh, what the fuck is this quality?
3.23 is here, and the name of it is going to be Wings of Victory. I just had to check that on the wall behind the gentleman there, who you can see sat on the casual couch. And the end, as always, is going to be AJ. In the middle is Matt, who's one of the newer designers, and then obviously we have good old Chuck from the art department as well, who creates all these fabulous, fabulous skins that you get to see every single week. And talking about one of those skins, we're going to start off with a Mastery skin this week.
We're looking at skins, boys.
A little bit more.
Jumping right into it.
It's going to be Bacchus this week.
Ooh.
Is the very first Mastery to get updated. The only Mastery, I believe, so far to get updated. And there he is in his drunken glory so far. I love the fact that we
all right, Botches.
natural
We don't care about your
style.
gold skins.
I'm so excited to see him back to being an alcoholic drunk.
His eyes right here, just
sell this skin.
That's me on a Saturday night generally. That's,
Yeah, that's all.
Nah,
that's all
Sam,
it
it's
is.
not that big of a deal. I mean, it's annoying,
the
but
correlations there.
it's not the end of the world, you know?
not for the
Oh,
time
this is
being.
the high-res Hindu man skin, right?
It is the high-res Indie
Although
Man
if
skin,
you
trust me.
needed a
Thanks, Unicorn.
costume for Worlds, you know.
I was thinking about it. I'm just not so sure the esports team would be very happy with me casting in this, but I wouldn't mind having a golden stick of meat and a
I
golden
think
jug
it
of
would be
wine.
amazing.
Oh, the golden meat leg is nice.
That's the dream.
It looks good. A nice toga. I like it.
And then obviously we should have a secondary version, the legendary version, as it were,
Ooh,
in
of
the
course.
Black and gold buckets.
I'm always a big fan of
See,
these.
I prefer the black if I was going to wear one, just because it'll hide stains a little bit more, you know, just in case.
Yeah, especially wine.
Spill a bit of
Which you'd be
wine,
spilling all
bit
over
of meat on
yourself.
yourself as well. You don't want to do that.
And you'd be 4 mastery points higher.
Yeah, rank 5
That
Hindu
is
man.
also true. Or rank 10 Hindu man.
Is it just me
Oh, yeah.
who
that's
really
it.
doesn't
You
give
could
a
just wrap
fuck
your meat
about
in
most
aluminum
mystery skins?
foil, you know.
And why did my man just say he was gonna wrap his meat in aluminum
Yeah.
foil?
Bacchus for cosplay at Worlds. That sounds
And
great.
then you'd be rank 10.
He
Quality
pours
source?
wine
I'm on
all over
source.
his meat and then eats it.
I
you
mean,
guys
you
see
don't
it
want it to
here?
get dry. You don't want your meat to
Oh,
get
you guys
dry.
can't see it. It's blocked. It's on
When you're
source.
swinging it around the battleground of the gods for hours on end, it probably dries out a bit.
Yeah. See, with every
Nothing worse than
swing,
dry meat.
it gets dehydrated.
Completely agree with you. Well, we thought we'd tease you with a mastery skin to start off with because this week's skins are fabulous. There's not massive amounts of them. Or in one way, they could be.
Quality
to
over
be honest.
quantity, all right, Hindu
Well,
man?
let's talk about the first one then, which is going to be Chilling Grasp Alpwash.
Look at that
big
card
ass.
art.
That is some of the best card art I've seen in a while. On top of that, it's
So
also...
sick.
He looks
What
very
the fuck is that?
necromancer-esque.
That looks
He is
ridiculous.
an icy necromancer. Yes, that is the case.
Pretty common fantasy.
That looks ridiculous.
Yeah, common.
Too bad it's just
agree with
card
that
art.
one. And
Let me
obviously
see
you
the
can
shit
take a
in
look at
game,
it
boys.
in-game as well. Now,
Ooh.
you should have a voice pack and
Oh,
just make sure the audio
average.
runs, and we didn't hear anything in the last one. Hopefully they got the
Weekend
audio issues
camp
sorted for this
soul
though,
lane.
so we can listen.
Weekend
to
Average
number
voice.
one.
voice lines as time goes on as
667.
well. But
Number one.
is amazing.
Thanks
Chuck,
for
what
being you
actually
and
goes
can't
into
wait
this
to
skin?
see y'all at
Well,
Worlds.
so it's
What
it's a
up,
complete
Phil? Thank
reskin
you
for
very
Apu-
much, man.
Apuach, whatever.
Is that what you call
Sorry,
it?
it
Glad
happens.
to meet you
I'm down
guys.
for
Have our own
Eternal.
pet names for the
These
gods.
things happen. So yeah, he's got all new zombies. He's got all new rates. He's got all new effects. He's got all new Apuach.
Hold
I
on.
like his auto attacks there as well.
Hold
Just
on.
being
Is
actually
this shit
focused
new
on
or is this
that.
just
That's
me?
kinda nice.
The effects
Is-
look great.
is
on
this
one.
shit
And I
like
love
the
how
skin?
they have a good contrast
Like
with
where my
normal
mouse
Apuach,
is?
which is very, green and purple and kind of.
I don't know.
swampy
My
area.
mind's just being
It's
blown right
this-
now, but I've never
this
noticed
white,
this shit
ghostly death.
being different
Yeah,
colors.
this kind of turned out really cool because he doesn't have the big.
It does look
overgrown,
like a Game of
masky
Thrones skin.
Face.
But
so
what
it
the fuck
actually
is this
still
shit? Is
does
this shit
turn
always
out
in
really
game?
good. He feels
I play
pretty
Smite
good.
every day and I don't notice this
Let's
shit.
go through the abilities then. You can see the one first of all. Oh yes,
and
zombies that
snowy.
run at them for sure.
I guess some
Oh, that's the.
reminiscence of,
Oh, okay,
Necromancer.
okay. I don't have it, or
But
if
a
I do, I
very
don't
different
notice
tone.
it. So I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
it's a very
fuck is
different
this?
tone.
Yeah, much more dark.
The
and
HUD, the
evil
demonic grass
shit.
HUD.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
thank
new,
you.
new zombies as are featured in the card art. They've got some armor, some.
I'm like, what the fuck is
kind
this?
of
It looks
leather
dope.
Barbarian.
Icy crust.
I thought they were about to start doing it for each skin.
I like that one. That's my favorite one you've said so far, Chuck.
Blow
Icy
them up.
crust.
Blow 'em up.
Blow them up, Pond. Oh
Nah,
yeah.
I love that effect
Yeah,
without
it's
even.
Ooh, that's a really good effect. Holy tits, that's
Sorry,
awesome.
Odin, but-
Nice, scary
I love the way the ice
crystallization.
just forms. It's almost like a.
That looks really good.
Form
Wow.
way.
Too bad
And
Apuach
when it
sucks.
explodes the corpses, you get an even extra little burst of ice. It's nice. Oh yeah, rack them up, Pond.
Alright, calm down, Pond.
Boom.
That's dope.
Gonna crash the game again like he does every single week. And then we've got the 3 as well. We'll hear the voice back in a second, but I
That's
like
creepy
that one.
business.
Yeah. Oh, I like the mist coming off that one, Chuck. That looks awesome.
Frosty and dramatic.
And you
Oh,
get a frosty
there's your-
effect on you as well.
Your
Very
Apuach
nice.
replaced the
Angry
mask.
ghost face.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna explode those two. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really nice to have Apuach with kind of a more humanoid face. He always has very,
Thank you, J Feeder.
Do hear in the background during all these skins today, we do have the Chuck announcer pack that's going to be available in the Odyssey as well.
Oh, yeah.
Available in this, so if you hear noises so far, you'll notice it.
Ooh,
I'll definitely get
my
a little bit
gosh,
of
you can't see
tentacle and things
shit.
You can hear through, so the voice lines a little bit more.
Bro, that's
The
just good for
ultimate as well,
taking
which I think
vision
is
away.
awesome.
Winter is approaching.
a lot scarier than the acorns or the
Winter is approaching.
chestnuts.
Yes, Chuck. Winter is approaching.
Hey, the chestnuts will kill you just as fast.
They sure will.
Let's not crash the
Damn,
client there,
Pond,
bro.
come on.
It's a little bit cold.
He really wants to crash the game.
It's a little
Man,
bit
that,
His
that,
fans
um,
expect a
They
Smite
do.
EXE
They
has
expect to
stopped
crash.
working.
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, wait, shh. Let's
That's awesome.
appreciate the icy ghost wind.
There's no vision. That's literally zero vision there. I like it.
And the chalk.
Thanks, Jack. Needed that one. And that's the first look at the Chilling Grasp, Chilling Grasp skin. However, it also has the voice pack, so we'll have a listen in now.
Good walker. How brisk. I am the master chiller. Ice hole. Ice hole.
Bro, he said ice hole.
Soon you will be.
You all are ice holes.
This is a team special.
That guy who bailed on the giveaway and is making me pay for the whole thing is an ice hole.
Come chill with
A
me.
big piece.
What do you
An
mean
ice hole.
sitting on the ice too long? Polaroids.
That's a good
Oh,
one.
wow.
Yeah, that's a
pretty
good
good.
one.
I like
That one's
that.
actually pretty clever.
It is.
Over my already dead body.
That's a good laugh, actually.
Yeah, that is amazing.
No, that's the best laugh.
That's a
There,
good
that,
laugh.
that deep one. The actor really did a great job. I love the tone of his voice and the sound of it. It's great.
Well, there's a look at the Alp Wash. We also have as well Jurassic Camazots
I'm
is the next
so
skin
psyched for this
to
one.
go through as well, and in all his glory here is the new
Okay,
Camazots.
the card
I
art
didn't
looks
know you
like
could
butt
actually model
cheeks.
him and change him this much, Chuck, as
So
well, 'cause
please
obviously
be good
he's
in game.
had a sort of
That looks like
pterodactyl,
ass.
dinosaur-esque feel to him.
You know, the thing is, when we first came up with Camazots, everybody was like,
It looks
"Oh,
like a
yeah,
watercolor
yeah,
painting."
Skin Camazots into stuff, and I was like, dinosaur, done. I mean, on the day that Camazots was born.
But what's your next plan, Chuck? You can't do
Oh,
dinosaur, dinosaur,
we
dinosaur.
have so many
well,
good
we
ideas
can't
for
tell
him.
you what the other
Okay.
ideas
Show
are.
me this shit in game.
Oh, you're normally good for that. That's why I was trying to get it out of you again. There he
Yeah,
is.
You'll just have
look
to
at
wait and see.
that beast.
I like the colors of the blue and
I'm
the yellow.
extremely
Yeah,
disappointed. I don't know if it's just
more
me,
like a
dude.
Parrot or something like a very,
I don't
very
know.
crazy, evil-looking parrot.
Yeah, we originally had the design kind of more.
Maybe I'm being picky, dude, but
historically
I
accurate
literally
to
don't
what
see
science
why
could
that is supposed to be
determine
exciting.
for a Pteranodon, and then we kind of went with a little bit more of the.
I feel like
crazy
that looks like
exaggerated
ass.
color scheme, which turned out really nice. I mean, he just looks really awesome.
Now, obviously, it does come with new animations as well for his abilities, but to add to that,
I literally feel like this looks like ass.
It will be available for Tuesday.
What the fuck?
IJ, correct?
Yes.
It's going to be available.
Maybe I'm wrong. You guys tell me.
Still a work in progress from
But
what
I don't
It
like
is
it.
not in the game yet. We cannot preview the voice pack, but it
Awesome.
does have a voice pack, and it is a unique voice pack.
And when you say unique voice pack, what
This has
exactly
been
is
hyped
gonna
up
be
for like
unique
4
about it?
So
months
fans of Amazon, Hebo,
It looks like it took them 4 days
appreciate this voice
to
pack
come up with a
because-
concept
So,
and make it.
Update, guys.
Uh-oh, we've got a Steel
do it.
Series. Okay, update.
Make sure.
But the Camazots Jurassic voice
Brought
pack
to
will
you
be
by that.
a lot of series of noises that a pterodactyl would make.
Okay, so
And not a
So
lot
we
of
can just
direct
make those
voice
now, like.
So, yes.
Are the abilities different? If
Yeah,
the abilities are different, maybe
So
I'll
prepare
be
yourselves for that.
have a change of heart.
And if you're gonna play
Ooh,
him
look at the
ranked,
essence pool.
I would
That's
urge
amazing.
you to use the God voice pack.
I do like the essence pool on the ground. I didn't even think about that when I was looking at the skin earlier on. so
Of course, it's a nice
Tasty.
primordial ooze, perhaps. A slime. I want to.
Primordial ooze, perhaps.
I want to. Yeah, I know that's a fancy word. All right. I want to see this screech.
Show me some abilities, motherfuckers.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a
Yep.
yellow and orange. Doesn't
I like the color
it's no
change on
different.
that.
Literally color changes.
Thanks, Jack. And then we've got the screeching bats as well.
I think I just had high expectations for this, and I've been extremely let down. I think that's the problem. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Maybe it's my
That's
expectations,
amazing. Like little
and just
hummingbirds.
a massive letdown compared to my
I
expectations.
wish I knew more dinosaur species so I could quote some smaller raptor-like.
Yeah, he
creature.
literally stands on a piss pool.
Oh yeah, that's the new mark, the skull,
Oh, that's good. I like that.
to show that you've hit the jungle camp.
And then you've got the ultimate as well.
No, you
Gotta
gotta do
leap.
the
Oh, the
leap.
leap, yeah, I
There's the
forgot.
leap. It's
Sorry,
got
I
some
got
sweet
excited.
bonage. Yeah.
Nothing better
This
than
is
a bit
literally
of
color
bonage
changes
on the passion.
on everything.
Doesn't like sweet
Leap right into some sweet bonage with this Camazot skin.
Is this a 600 gold skin?
Cracking earth effects, like
Or
this
gem
has
skin,
a
whatever
really
the
hard
fuck.
impact, so that feels nice.
Is it? I'm honestly wondering now.
And there's some bones and
This
fossils
is
flying
nuts.
out.
The ult's the same thing,
He looks
bro.
really scary, yeah.
I'm
He
so
looks really
disappointed.
much almost like a pterodactyl.
Yeah, like that new Jurassic
Oh
Park
man,
movie
I'm
was scary,
really
man. Those
sad. I'm
pterodactyls are
upset.
scary.
Yeah,
I'm
killing
hurt.
gods and everything.
Iris, you hurt me.
I do really like the little bones and fossils you see on some of the effects. Uh-oh, Pawn, there you go. Spamming abilities on dev commands.
And then I guess, I mean, we shouldn't get a pentakill from Chak just now. I think we should wait for the next game. Because we were talking about Bones a little bit. And if you're going to talk about Bones, you want to talk about the Doge. And
Drink up these so we don't have them all in our way,
should we drink them up first? That's a good idea.
We're getting some heavy
Good job,
stacking
Palm.
of
I know,
essence
and
pools.
it's like so impossible for that to happen in a game, right? Because people never die in the exact same space over and over again.
Ever.
I mean, I guess
I
if
like
you
the
get a chance to
Op-Pooch
see
one
it-
better, yes.
Unless
The
you're playing with
Op-Pooch
people
one's
that
abilities
know,
look
then
awesome.
That happens all the time.
I thought you were
That
good.
Op-Wash just
Me
doesn't
too,
get played.
but it appears the people in my
Poocher
elo are
doesn't get
also
played,
not good
man.
either, so it's fine. Well, the last skin to show you this week is going to be 4 skins in 1.
Oh yeah.
Four
I'm
skins.
Oh, Anubis.
4
Anubis.
skins in 1.
I was like,
so
wait, what?
excited.
It's time to show you, boys and girls.
Yes.
Because
Finally,
3 skins
It's Anubis.
was not enough.
You guys chose it. You
This one
guys
can't be a
requested
letdown.
it, and this
There's
year's
no
top
way
5
this is a
skin, part
letdown.
of the Odyssey, the
We're gonna
5
like this one, boys and girls.
will be Demonic Pact Anubis. Now, this comes with 4 unique models, as well as 4 unique FX for each ability, as well as 4 unique voice packs. For
I can't wait to
each
play Anubis
form.
every game
really
and take
is
it from
false
Monday
control.
Ricks.
And there's more. There's more. And while we're looking at the card here, I just want to mention that this is just the final state card. The actual
Director's
card in
card.
the game is going to animate.
Skins don't get
It's gonna
banned
go
because of
through
the
his
abilities
stages.
like
It'll be
that, bro. They
4.
get banned when the
So you will-
abilities can't be
there's actually
seen.
3 cards
Yes.
that
And
it
it's
cycles through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
So
when you log into a game, it's going to change the card every single time.
no. When
Looks
you
got an
ugly.
effect
Are you
like,
smoking crack?
like the
This is
Thor
the
one.
card
The
art.
first
And
one.
my voice is trying. This is the
Like
card
a
art and it looks dope.
So while you're loading, you'll get to watch
Wait
this
till it's in
cultist
game,
transform
son.
into a demonic Anubis
Gotcha.
over time, just in your loading screen. So that's going to be another extra treat for you when you get in game.
Well, let's get into game and see exactly how he looks at
Show
a
me
base level.
this
How he's going to
shit.
begin life.
Base
in
level is
the
gonna be
world
ass.
Of,
Always is
nice
ass.
dramatic close-up.
of the hood.
It's very
He
casual
doesn't look much like Anubis in this
and
one.
evil.
That's for sure. He looks
Because
like
he's still in his dark.
Reminds me
acolyte
kind of
form.
like a World of
Yes.
Warcraft
And, you know, he's
character.
a human, which is actually very different.
Like
from Anubis.
literally
So
a
this is
human from World of
complete set
Warcraft
animations
in
on this.
a
Just this
fucking
base skin
set
alone
of
has
tier
a
5
ton
skin.
of extra work put into it.
Now you mentioned
But
this
alright.
AJ, to me off air, like we're going to see some backstory to this skin as well, some lore that's going to be coming with this one.
Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, it's not all finalized yet. We're still
Yeah.
working on it. But as we get closer to the launch date, we're going to release some other promotional materials, some
Awesome.
really cool art and animations to kind of convey this backstory and the theme of this Anubis. And a lot of that is actually worked into his voice pack, which is essentially this is some new type of character, a dark cultist who wants to sacrifice everything to gain power, and he goes through some sort of dark ritual to try to attain the power of Anubis, and that kind of backfires on him as he loses all of his humanity and just becomes this wild, reckless, demonic Anubis in the end.
Now, obviously, this is the first form that you'll
He's a
stay in
Sith.
until level 5, so we can have a look at this one. But Chuck, when we look at this skin overall, how difficult is it to make it like evolve like we have seen these skins do? Like, do you have to take each one as a base model and like work up each one?
I mean, it's a massive amount of work. It's 4 skins worth of work, literally.
Plus some
we've-
extra.
Yes, we've had all the modelers going through. There's been a different modeler for each stage, and everybody's had to work together, and then we've had to get together to bounce all the pieces against each other. So it's been quite a lot of stuff. And while the animations share some core components, it's got 4 unique animation
All right,
sets, and then
that's pretty
4
cool.
unique sets of effects. So it's been a massive undertaking for us.
I
Okay.
love the wiser. You can't really see it very well at rank 1 of that ability, unfortunately, because Mummify only lasts for a short time, but you can see the effects of it just wrapping around there as well.
And similarly with Camazotz, some of the audio in this skin is not quite
not
complete,
final, yeah.
but most of the art is.
So art and things pretty much complete. However, audio, well, there'll be more to show.
Right.
Okay.
So yes, on this
gamma look
lowest
fine?
level, everything
I think
is
it's
pretty
you.
kind of dark and smoky.
Yeah.
Looks pretty standard to me.
Let's make sure we do some voice pack before we go ahead. And
There is
evolve
some
the
shit on
mod,
there
because
that makes it
does
look a little
change as
different,
you
but
advance.
it's not bad.
You are worthy.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Anubis has deemed me his
Your right
successor,
tower
and
is
I
under
gladly
attack.
accept it. Extraordinary. I am the chosen one. Attack left lane. The power of a god is hidden within me. Soon you shall see the truth.
Oh.
They stole my spells.
They did?
So I stole their life.
Bit harsh.
Slower accurate.
Yeah, so he's very human in this case.
So he starts off as a human that worships Anubis and
Yes.
says, I'm going to be the next Anubis. And
Pretty
Anubis is
much.
gonna give me his power. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's hit him level 5 then. And see how he upgrades. Hi there, friend.
There we go. Now we've got something a little bit more Anubis-y here.
So he looks like this looks closer to Anubis I've seen so far, and obviously he's still got the hood on though, which shows that he's
Okay.
still like the humanoid transferred into this.
Right,
as
you
well?
can kind of see
Looks
his
alright.
clothes tattering up and his horns kind of emerging.
I don't know, man.
And his armored
Oh,
weapons
looks
are kind
awesome.
of starting to mutate.
It's cool that it
Yeah,
changed.
that was a key
Doesn't
point
look
of Dark's
bad.
direction on this skin was to keep a lot of the clothing elements and things consistent between the two, so it actually looks like, you know, a human ripping out of the clothes as opposed to completely changing his suit each time.
Kind of like he's
I like
hulking
how
out
the
whole
face
time,
is like a
Right.
full
Right.
change, but I
As Hulk
kind of
does
wish
the whole
the
thing, he
clothing
just
had
keeps
maybe
his
changed a little bit more.
I mean,
when things go up.
he'll lose more by the end when he's, you know.
I know. Well, maybe
we'll see. We'll get there.
We'll get there. We're gonna go show the
does he have
auto attack
pants?
first of all, and then every single one of the abilities once again.
Yep,
Wait,
so
did the
you'll
abilities
see
change
auto
again?
attack,
Oh,
man,
okay.
a little bit
Yeah.
more
Holy
flame breath.
shit. Okay, never mind. This is dope. I take it all back.
Much brighter than the
I didn't fully understand the fact that
Hard
abilities
work
changed
on
with every rank
the
up.
skin.
Well, it changed a little bit.
Juan's killing it.
Many extra hours.
Effects artists, yeah. He's the man.
So it's a little
Okay,
bit
they
lighter on
definitely
canvas
could have
this
made
time
the
around
3
on
look
three as
cooler
well,
than
with the
just the
grasping
same
hands, it's
shit.
not as deep and dark.
We,
But
we also
Now
have the
this
ultimate
is
now.
the first round of laser beams.
I'm excited.
Oh!
Kill a target with it.
wiggle of it. It's cool.
That's awesome.
Now you actually just move it around as well. You'll see that it actually makes the laser on the ground where the
That's
the fire burns the
awesome,
ground,
bro.
Which is kind of
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's got a nice fiery effect. I like the
Laser
sparks
dick.
flying off him near his head.
They gave him 2 laser
It's even
dicks,
better
bro.
with the Chuck voice back, I think.
Everything's better with the chocolate voice back, let's be honest.
Horrific, that's for sure. And there's all the abilities. Obviously, this rank now at level 10.
Don't level 10
Oh,
yet.
no,
You got a
no,
voice
no.
pack. Voice pack. Let's see.
Voice
Some
pack.
of the audio might be still, but it should be different than the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are worthy.
So you hear it's the same lines,
Getting
but with
better.
a little bit different of effects on it.
I am the chosen one.
So he sounds a little bit warped here.
Is it $80 cool? I don't know. We're not done yet. We still got 2 more
I
phases to
alone
go
have
through.
the power to consume your soul. When you have this much power, you no longer need energy drinks or caffeine.
He has a different joke on all 4 stages.
Oh, gosh.
He has a different joke on all 4 stages. So then when we go to stage 3, all of his lines are going to change again.
Oh, now also to note, the VXG actually works on all the stages.
Yes, he does have a
So-
unique emote as well.
It's the same
we-
one, though, right?
No,
Or is
it's different.
It changes every time?
Yes.
So he's got an emote with every version. That
Twitch
one
alerts
he's
just crashed
spitting
again, or
fire
Streamlabs
out of
just
mouth.
His
crashed
first one is
again.
that we
We
didn't
got
show
a
us
sub,
a
and I didn't see
staff
it.
magic
Thank you,
flourish.
John Paul, for the sub,
Kinda
brother.
does a flourishy
Sorry about
stab.
that, man.
This one's a bit of a
But
fire
he,
breath.
yes, he has
That's
a
why the
unique
sub
VXG
goal isn't
for
changing.
each level of transformation.
No spamming it, Pon. You can't spam it.
Yeah, there's a cooldown.
Wait. Like everybody else will have to.
Oh,
And that'll have
shit.
audio
Yeah,
attached.
Do it again.
That'll have
Do
audio.
it again.
Weekend
Complete
Camp
the
Soul
roars
Lane.
on the VXG.
Weekend
Oh,
number
now it's
1.
working.
Well, let's go to level 10 then.
667.
Actually, no, we had the whole voice back.
We heard a
Laser
good bit of
dick.
it. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
let's
you,
go to level
Clay.
10, and we'll see the third form of this case. So the clothes have pretty much been disheveled, and now the hood's gone as well, and the horns are now showing through.
Yeah. So let's pan around him. He's pretty fierce looking.
He's about halfway.
Okay, he
or
looks
two-thirds
way
of the
better, dude. Okay.
Yeah,
Looking
he's
kind of like a dragon.
Yeah, that looks.
I like
the
it.
modelers did such a great job on all of his faces. All of the faces on every
Show me the abilities.
farmer, just so awesome. The staff is getting more spiky and bigger as he goes too.
He's getting more spiky.
Oh, yeah.
He's broken out a lot of the human clothes here. He just has a couple of the wraps and armor pieces left.
Now, once again, the abilities change as well as he levels to this form. So once you hit level 10, which
Oh,
you
that's-
do, don't worry.
What
you'll
the
hit
fuck
level
was
10 at some
that?
point. It's not going to be that difficult in the game.
Okay, the autos sound
About
awesome.
12 minutes in the game. They have Conquest.
His basic
That sounds like
attacks
it would
have
hurt.
Additional trail added to them.
beefier fireball action.
Yeah.
Hit him with it, Pon. Why are you hitting the wall? Boom. Yeah, get it, Odin.
Take it over.
Level 1 Odin. Scrubs.
Some more effects on the one.
There's
A
some
little
extra
bit more
flame waves built
flames.
in there that I see that look really cool. And he's got all new voice lines on his abilities when he gets to stage 3.
Okay.
Stage 1 and 2 and stage 2 and 4 have similar lines but different effects on them. So you get to stage 3, you get whole new lines and the whole VGS and whole new lines during
Is that
his
different?
abilities.
Oh, I
Is
see
that the
the
thing at the
ground.
bottom
Yeah,
different?
with
Some
that
more
one.
demonic.
Oh yeah, the
beefy,
thing at the bottom.
Mummify.
Well, you talk
Come on,
about
make the
demonic
hands
with
better.
the
Make the
round
oh,
mouse.
that's getting better, boys. It's getting better. I like it.
that one.
I like it.
Obviously, it wouldn't be ANUBIS without the laser beam.
Of course not.
Oh
we have
my gosh,
Molten
dude! What the
High
fuck?
laser.
Right. And before you could see the two lines a little bit, they were mostly, but now there's a whole extra layer wrapped around it of this like pillar of lava.
And the ground still sets on fire in a worse state than it did before, which is great.
I am ready for the final form, man.
It's a different type of roar. I don't know. I guess it was pretty similar. I'm not sure.
It's similar.
It's similar.
Again, the sound isn't in.
Yeah, the sound is going to be elevation real big time as we go, which is going to be a big deal.
How about the voice pack then as well?
I wish this came out today, dude.
Your soul is strong and pure. Calamitous. Calamitous.
Calamitous.
I am the bane of your existence. I am almost rid of this human form. I have been arrested for possession before, but it mattered not.
That's his joke.
Okay.
He's possessing this
That's
guy.
a sweet laugh.
Yeah. So all the lines have changed, except for the, attack, defend. Those are the same, but all of the other VGS lines are different when you get to stage 3.
Well, it's time to go to stage 4, I think.
Is it time?
I think it is.
Are we ready?
Are we all ready?
Are you
Chuck?
guys ready? Because I'm ready.
Badassness is gonna go up all the way.
All right,
I don't even care if the skin part is shit. Okay, it's not shit. Holy tits.
Now,
That's a level
I need to ask one
15?
question. Is his model still the same?
I'm
in
farming
game
on Anubis to
when he does
15
this
every
kind of
game.
work?
Oh
What do you
my
mean?
gosh, look at
Does
his
his model stay
face.
the same shape in terms of does his hitbox get bigger
He's,
at all?
he looks
No,
huge.
Statistically, yeah, we were very careful to make him as big as we could without having problems with either the camera or the gameplay hitbox. But
Right.
look at that.
He looks awesome.
Yeah, he
Oh
looks
my
so good.
gosh,
His
dude,
hitbox
it's
is the
fucking
same size.
gigantic.
He's a little bit bigger, but hitbox
He's
is the same.
massive. I mean,
Cool. That's the first
little
thing the
bit
fans are like,
bigger.
Holy, he's huge. he's bigger than
Holy
Captain.
tits.
Like,
I'm
what?
rushing level
Yeah.
15 every
And he's
game.
got all these huge
Straight farming.
demonic
That's
wings,
it.
and his staff is
Yeah, I
fully
love how
formed.
these wings don't actually they're more like claws now than anything else
Yeah.
than actual wings. It's like he's become like sort of tarantula or like multi-legged.
The staff is like fully transformed to all these huge spikes, and
That's what a demon looks like, boys. But what does a demon, I was going to say sound like, but what does he cast like? Is what should we say?
sure.
Oh my gosh! The auto attack is
Do it
dope!
now. Do it now. I can't hold back. Just buy the items. Go buy the items. You have to.
Wait,
So,
what? Buying
I
items?
had a chance to test this skin today with aggro, and we discovered that if you go full attack speed items on this god,
He's a ground-pounding machine
he
gun.
is amazing. Now, this is a viable build that we will tell you to go home and buy. You can play it in your ranked games.
The auto attack
Don't worry
is
about that one,
awesome.
especially
Don't do it
European
if you're on
ones.
Hindu's team.
That's correct. See, Chuck knows the rules.
Do it!
However,
Pound the ground! Oh my gosh!
I wouldn't recommend ADC Anubis. I'm a rank 10 Anubis,
see
but
that-
Everyone's gonna do it.
If you see that coming towards you, just spamming away.
you
with
don't
a
need to have full
Fatalis.
attack speed to be afraid of that coming towards you. You're already afraid of Anubis, and then this Anubis, you're going to be terrified.
Just hear that noise
That's
as you're walking down
awesome.
the lane and go,
You better
"What's that?"
hope your beads and A's is up when this guy comes at you, because it's going to be
It looks like an
Now,
ability,
let's also talk
dude.
Before we even go to the abilities, that when he kills minions, the minions actually have things happen to them as well, right?
Yeah, so we have the effect system. I mean, you see it on a lot of things, like when you Kraken or you do other stuff that kills minions, they fly through the air.
Yeah.
So we mix that with the kind of burning system that we use on, say, when Agni kills minions and they set on fire. So when Super Demon Anubis kills minions, they catch on fire and fly through the air.
They ragdoll super big time from his abilities and his attacks, and they light on a new type of like burning corpse type there.
That's what the grasping hands look like there.
Ooh.
So the
Oh.
grasping hands just kind of immolates them, but when you
We need
when
the
you
does
ultimate
the
or
one-
locust them, yeah.
Let's
they,
try the locust then. We'll see how the locust
Go find
is.
some minions. All your lanes are pushed, Pawn.
Pump on. You stop overextending that card.
Yeah, there they go.
So you can
Oh, they
throw away
explode
the
into
sins
their
and
fucking.
fire as well.
Ooh.
And then ultimate really
Ooh.
hurls them around.
We'll get to the ultimate next. Let's have a look at the two
yeah,
first
let's
of
not
all
get
with
ahead,
the
let's not get ahead.
Mummified.
Targeters are changing too.
Oh.
And the Morphle looks even
Ooh.
bigger
It
there,
looks
but
like it's
yeah.
moving so slow.
You can see his kind of demonic symbol
And that's the roar that you
embedded
just did
into
there
his.
as
Yeah, there's the
well.
That's
VXG
cool.
roar,
Yeah.
which will have a very scary sound attached to it. Get those extra pillars of energy
The
on
stun
floor, those
looks
spikes
sick.
coming up.
Just get stronger and stronger.
I didn't really pay attention to the 3, so I kind of want to see it again.
Such a liquid magma.
The
look to
colors
it.
are so
Lotus
good
in
for
final
this.
form.
And now we get the upgrade to the demon worms and the super
Demon worms.
demonic pool.
Yeah, do the
Demon
pool.
worms.
Pool.
Oh my
So this actually,
gosh.
instead of hands,
What
has
the
these
fuck?
like little
Oh, it's on
demonic
him.
Yeah, they
snake
I noticed it
creatures.
changed. I was like,
Yeah.
they look.
Oh, they are snakes.
Oh, you're right.
They look like Tremors from the movie Tremors.
And this is just the
God, the ground change.
Oh,
and how
he's
strong it
massive. The
The
ground change
liquid
is awesome.
kind
I
of
wish they all had changed a little bit
spark
more.
feel on that
but the ground
ultimate
change is
just
cool.
feels
You
so
can kind
well.
of sweep it around, and you get the giant fire and smoke blast there.
Now, you
at the
don't
end.
think that looked evil enough? Let me ask Pompon to do it again and look to the sky. Sanctum!
Oh my god.
Yes,
That's awesome.
that is correct.
Yes, that is what happens whenever you ult. And everybody, AJ, confirm for me?
Yes.
You can see this on the map.
The entire game,
Yes.
all 10 gods will see the sky light
Light
ablaze.
Oh, that's awesome.
amazing.
And also, when you VXG, they will see this.
So when you can spam VXG, which
Yes.
comes with the skin for free,
Right.
and you can get the sky to light up in fire.
Yep, everyone in the map, when you will hear you roar and see the sky catch on fire.
They'll hear you roar as well.
Yes, the roar is done.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
That's a special
So-
emote.
No competitive disadvantage here. No Anubis ult down because you never.
Oh
you
my
gotta still pay
gosh.
attention.
Now it does have recall effects as well. Now obviously it's I believe it's a similar recall effect, correct?
Yeah, it doesn't look like Pawn has it equipped, but this is really cool. So
Okay.
one of the things you're going to get when you
That
unlock
is
the skin
awesome.
is you're going to get the Demonic Pact recall effects.
Okay.
And you don't have to use that only on the skin. So you're going to use that on all your
Oh,
gods
I thought
to
it was
show
just
that
him.
you own the tier 5.
It's,
No.
it's an
Oh
equipable
my
recall effect,
goodness,
just
boys
like
and girls.
the
They added
Chinese
some
Odyssey
cool
one
shit.
or the
SWC.
SWC one.
But now you'll actually be able to play, your favorite god, whichever god, and still show that you're a tier 5.
I think his
Anubis
auto attacks are
owner
my
by
favorite
using
part.
the Demonic
And the
Pact recall
sky
effects.
thing.
Kind of cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
really
I really
cool.
like that.
So wait, spawn a bunch of minions, like a bunch of minions close to you, and then blow them away with the I-beams.
Use the ult.
Buy enough power. Oh, look at them flying.
flying.
Bouncing
Oh,
off
they
the
do
walls.
fly away.
That's cool.
That's
I
awesome.
like how they bounce off the walls.
For all you people at home, this build is available for
That
you to
is
play
awesome.
with, as well as ulting minion waves is a wise idea as well,
Yeah.
just to make sure you can show off
You
those
saw-
cool effects.
You
to
saw
all your
how
friends.
fast he killed them with this
That's
build.
awesome. Basic attack
If
build,
in doubt,
nah.
ult the wave. That's the
It
key
should blast
here.
gods
guess you
away.
don't
Like
need
if you
boots
ult
in that
somebody,
side,
they just
kinda
get
cool.
blasted away when they die.
This skin's awesome.
Oh, Pawn, take a pause back there in the
Did I-
middle.
what was that? I
That's
saw
a nice
that too.
little thing we're getting,
Oh, the World Championship, huh?
Yeah, gearing up.
When's that happening?
Oh,
We
I
can't
believe
camp
sometime in
Soul
early
Lane.
January.
Oh, really?
Weekend number 1.
Okay.
It's kind of a big
That's
deal.
awesome.
I guess you'll be
I'm
able
gonna
to-
play in
I
that,
might
bros.
be busy
I'm
now.
playing in the
We'll
World
see.
Championship.
I
Fight
love
me,
this
FD
game.
me. Thank you for the 2 months,
What I'd
brother.
like-
That's his idol? Oh, that was sick.
the idol. That's cool.
You're going to find little things like this in the skin. I mean, I'm sure we'll forget
Yeah,
something.
I'm reading the
but
patch notes now. It says, in tons of hidden features such as the final form ultimate changing the entire map skybox, which is what you saw a little bit earlier on with the flames coming down. But there is other things hidden in here that even I haven't been told about yet, and I'm still
Yeah, there's
discovering, so.
everybody really. There was lots of little attention to detail. I know AJ put a lot of attention to detail in the voice pack, and we put a lot of detail in just making sure that all
Okay,
the
this
forms were
dance,
consistent
bro,
with each other, and
why?
everything turned out really awesome.
That's a little out of character for him, but it's awesome.
But it's-
perfect.
Yes.
That's
I
pretty
believe
cool.
this is also going to come with
Actually.
a music theme.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Similar to Thor, which I believe
Oh,
is
it does say that, yeah.
re-equipable to other
I mean,
games.
basically,
cool.
it's basically every feature that we had that we could put into a skin or have ever put into a skin, plus additional features we have not done before, is all just.
Yeah, they did a bunch of new
Even his
shit. I'm
footsteps
actually
and his
excited.
jumps are super cool.
Hi-Rez did
effects.
something different. I'm
What I'll do
proud.
really quick before we come out of the skins and things. Pop-On, do you want to spawn a couple of bots for us so we can just hear that Chuck voice pack a little bit more? Because I know a lot of fans at home would like to hear that, especially after the one that we missed off the time before, previously, with the Law Lady. But this time, I promise you, I'm going to get
We heard
in
some
detail.
good Myorifics earlier
We
just
did.
while he was testing.
What?
More Odins.
Come on, Pon. That's one Odin.
He's doing it.
That's two Odins, Pon.
No, there's 4 on top there.
Oh yeah, pentakill!
Oh, they just wanted to hear the voice pack. Oh, man. Or not the voice pack, the announcer pack.
Boom.
Boom, shakalaka. Okay.
And the Anubis skin is doing his kill streak lines here too, which
Yeah, at
are
the same
all
time.
pretty badass. So do some voice pack. I don't think we heard this final voice pack yet.
That's a good point. I forgot about
that.
that. Sorry.
There are so many features.
Yeah, the grunt.
Your
The grunt.
soul is strong and pure. I am the bane of your existence.
He's got a lot of extra echo.
Calamitous. I am the bane of your existence. There is not a single worthy one among you. Your souls are mine. Do not fear your judgment. I promise I'll go easy on you. Do not fear your judgment. I promise I'll go easy on you.
Oh man, I'm gonna play so much Anubis.
They actually
I already
matched
play so
up
much
this
Anubis and I'm gonna
shit
play so much
so
more
well.
Anubis. Can't
Like,
wait for
I
it.
don't know. It's
I'm
nothing
looking
crazy.
forward
It's
to
just
watching
matched
all
up
the attack
perfectly.
speed in my games and old minion wings.
Well, I look forward to being the opposite side of Anubis.
I'm looking forward to the benefits of it overall. And that's it for the skins we're going to have this week.
Wow.
Thank you,
I'm
gentlemen.
down
Maybe
for
back
some
on a little bit
Snoobis,
later
boys
on
and
now,
girls. I'm down.
What?
Yeah.
Sure.
Chad's coming back a little bit later on.
What's coming back?
You guys?
Yeah.
Come back a little bit later.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we'll be
Get
here.
some more?
Oh right.
Yeah, we got other cool stuff.
You sure?
Yeah, definitely.
We'll find out. But it's time for items and god balance now.
All right, what are you doing?
I believe it's my good friend.
What are you doing, my junglers?
Is Pompon available?
He's got to be here.
Am I here? Am I not here?
Yo, we hear you.
You sound so
Pop,
We
where
don't-
are
where
you?
is he?
I'm off in like the paladin set, I think.
Pon Pon. Save us.
I'm somewhere else.
Save us, Pom Pom.
Thou hast buff and
Hello.
nerfs.
Hi,
There
Paul.
he is.
Hi,
Yo.
Look, Killiam.
Don't you look dashing all stood up?
I know, right? I'm actually standing for once.
I didn't think you had
in a
legs.
remote
I-
and
I
futuristic
normally
hellscape.
don't.
I've never seen you sat down. So I've never seen you not sat down. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know. Well, let's go to the patch this week.
Why
Pom
are
Pom,
they
are you
even
ready for
standing
this?
up?
Mostly. I think
Me
so.
too. Me too. Well, it's going to start things off with items, and we'll start off with Celestial Legion Helm, which is going to have a physical damage protection decrease from 90
Ooh,
to
a nerf.
80, and
nerf.
increased cost from 2,300 to
Ooh, I like the nerf.
Why
Get
are
that
we
shit
nerfing
out of
this
here.
item?
Because
So
it's
Celestial
broken.
Legion Helmet did a lot of things of enabling a lot of mage characters, especially mage ADCs who want to just be able to box effectively. To
Nerf
get a
those
lot of protection
mages.
really quickly,
Bring
a lot
me
of
back
power really quickly.
Mercury, boys.
We like that, but it was a little bit too much. So we're toning down the protections it gives, giving a little bit of cost increase, just to make sure that if you're investing into it, it's not going to
Weekend camp
completely ruin
soul
your
lane.
situation.
Weekend
Okay, well, the
number
next one on the
one,
list is going to be Hydra's
667.
Star and Hydra's Lament
Number
here,
one.
Pompon. Now, we're going to be touching the cooldown reduction on both of these items this week. Obviously, the Hydra's Star is going to go from 10% to 5%.
No.
And the Hydra's Lament is going to go from 15% to 10%.
No.
Why are we changing these?
So I guess if you have been watching basically any competitive or like a lot of people, they've been building a lot of Hydra Star and Hydra's Lament. Because
It's
it gives a lot of
nerf.
mana regeneration, we got a power
No.
buff on it. It's now very a cost efficient item, and so we like that. But it was also giving 50% CDR for its very very low cost, and especially for just the tier 1 at 1,000, it was or tier 2 at 1,000, it was giving.
This isn't a
10%,
nerf
but
Loki.
that was just a little bit too
Everyone was getting
efficient.
this
It
shit.
was
A
a little
Wheelix,
bit too easy to build
Thor.
into, and so we're just toning that back down.
Damn.
You have to invest a little bit more money if you want CDR because it's such a powerful stat.
Now, next on the list is going to be Obsidian Shard. What's the reason for the change
What
of
the
Obsidian Shard
fuck are you
before
doing
we
to
go into it?
Shard?
Obsidian Shard is kind of the go-to pen item for mages, but there's other options available, especially Spear of the Magus.
Are they
And
nerfing
that
this?
actually gives more pen in a lot of situations, but even the characters who could make benefit of it, like Agni with his passive tick, Anubis, for example, they'd actually still opt into Obsidian Shard just because it gives so much power and pen off the bat on the first hits. So we're just toning that down a little bit, toning down Obsidian Shard just a hair, just to make sure that if you are a character that can make use of Spear, or you find a situation where Spear is good, it's still an item you want to build into instead of just going Obsidian Shard.
And in that case, Obsidian Shard is now going to go from 70, so it used to be 70 power, it's now going to be 60 power. this
Why are they
patch.
nerfing
We'll see how
mages?
that changes it and see if we see a bit more Spear of the Magus.
Yeah.
What the
That's it for
fuck are they
items, though.
nerfing
Pom Pom.
mages? That's it
God
for
balance
items.
this week.
What?
Is it in order?
Ooh, I am not sure. I didn't even check.
What's your favorite change, Pom Pom?
It's the last one
the
on
last
the
one?
list. I know it's last on the list. I don't know if it's alphabetical order.
It's my favorite one on the list too. Is the last one.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one just to see what people do with it.
Me too. Well, we'll start things off with your favorite, my favorite, and everyone's favorite at home, Erlang Shen.
Oh, the
Shen is
nerfs.
going to get a nerf.
Oh,
Oh, really?
another one.
No.
What are you
did.
doing?
We don't do that.
We did it.
Why are we nerfing him, Pom Pom?
Well, he was a character that has a lot of potential to box very effectively. He's very aggressive. He can also be very defensive. And we've seen him be very good in especially competitive setting where his
They're gonna
ability to
kill
box,
him, watch.
ability to poke with
Calling it now.
pin is very effective. And we're just looking to make sure that if you're going to play an aggressive style Erlang Shen, you're committing to that play style. If you're
His
going to
two
be defensive
no
Erlang Shen, you're
longer
committing to that play
cripples.
style. And the changes we have here kind of do
Watch
that.
it be
So
base
the changes are
stats.
going to be spot weakness. His first ability is no longer going to ignore basic attack movement penalties. So
Yep.
he's not going to get fatality.
He doesn't
effect
have
from that.
Vitalis
He will get the house effect from that,
anymore.
but He will
I
get
was
it
going to say,
from-
however,
Oh,
all
he gets it from
72
his
transformations
three.
Camp Soul Lane,
using the Mink
weekend
form
number
will now
one,
allow you to ignore basic attack
667,
movement penalties
number
for
one.
5 seconds. And we've reduced the Turtle Shield and Mink attack buff duration from 6 seconds to to 5 seconds as
Yeah, so the big change there is, again, if you're going to be aggressive, you gotta use Mink Form to get that free attack speed movement penalty.
No, they're killing her Long
Before, you
Shen.
could just pop that on spot.
They're
Weak
killing
points,
him.
You had it was really effective.
He's
You could
dead,
phase,
I think.
You could chase into
I
people when you
think.
saw an opportunity. You can turtle form knock up.
He might still be average.
Now, if you actually want to be able to keep on them way more effectively, you have to commit to using Mink instead of just using Turtle.
well. Okay. So it's a choice between knock up or having the Fatalis effect, basically.
Yep.
Yep.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Cool. We'll see how that one works out. Next on the list is Hades.
Yeah, Hades is getting love.
Love? Is this
Well-
just a love patch?
Well, this one's much more of a make Hades feel good again.
Okay.
What are you
Yeah.
doing?
So let's see exactly what's going to happen here. First of all, Blight, the duration increased from 5 seconds to 8 seconds, first of all, so we did a 3-second increase there.
Okay,
As well as
debuff.
Shroud of Darkness no longer knocks back minions.
Mhm.
And finally, the Pillar of Agony increased protection buff from 40 scaling to 80 is now going to be 60 scaling to 80. So lots of Hades love here. What does it mean
Tankier
for the average Hades player?
and easier to
So
clear
if
waves,
you're
I guess.
Hades, especially in the laning phase, you're kind of always at this weird point where you're like, how do I want to actually kill the wave? How do I want to apply Blight?
Mhm.
Do I auto attack? Well, if I auto attack and then try and move close and I get interrupted, I lose Blight on my targets. If I try and use Shroud of Darkness, it can actually put the minions away from
Buff
each other.
is,
So
I don't
now
know,
it's just a lot
interesting.
of
Solo
making it
Agni,
so that
again,
Hades
maybe.
players have more effective control in the lane.
Divio's
They
gonna
can
be
have
happy.
basic attack and have the Blight on for a lot longer, so they can kind of bait out things. When they use their 2, they're going to be guaranteed that the whole wave gets hit instead of pushing out the wave so that nothing gets hit. As well as the ultimate, especially, is going to be a thing where if you're kind of even or ahead, a strategy people can use is they can just burn you down while you're in your ultimate because you're a stationary target and you have to cancel it. Now you actually have additional protections, especially early on, and that will allow you to stay in it a lot more. So if you actually
He's
catch
actually
people
gonna be really
turning into burn you,
tanky
it's not
at
gonna
level
be as
5
effective
in
a
his
strategy
ult.
unless they have some serious damage on you.
Okay, that's a little love for Hades, and we'll see how much that brings him back in towards the meta. Tell you what's someone in the meta right now, Jing Wei.
Nerf?
Pom Pom.
Nerf?
The plan with Jing Wei. Obviously,
We
we've been
Nerf?
looking
Camp
at
Soul
her
Lane.
for quite a while
Nerf?
And
now.
number 1.
And we've been looking at
667.
tuning things up a little bit.
Number 1.
Yeah, so before we go into this, I think there was kind of 2 trains of thought how you want to adjust Jing Wei is, do we hit her passive or do we hit
I meant
partial?
Hades.
That'll name
I
it
meant
for
solo
you.
Hades, not
Safe.
Agni.
Mhm.
And her passive is something that went through a lot of design iterations. I know a lot of designers worked on
Nerf
it really heavily,
Jing Wei,
and they like
please.
where it sits now. And they'd rather see stuff like her safety removed from her kit rather than just the passive, because that's such a unique identifier for her. It's something that she's really unique at doing, and so we want to keep that strength and then kind of balance around the other things.
Okay,
Nerf
so the other
this
things that are
shit.
going to get changed in this patch, first of all, is going to be explosive bolts. You are not going to get crit at rank 1 of this ability anymore. You're going to have to invest at least 2 points in this ability. to
I
get
like
crit.
it.
It's going to scale from, instead of 5 to 25, is now going to be 0 to 20 as you scale up this ability.
Yeah, this also does 2 things real quick.
Okay.
Is it curbs her late game a little bit, where her late game was really effective. Having 5% less crit is just a hit to that. As well as in the early game, especially in the early trades, she's not going to get a free crit and gain control of the lane very quickly. She has to at least get 2 points into it if she wants to do that.
Okay. And then the other thing that's going to get changed as well is
Okay.
her agility. The cooldown has been reduced on this ability, I believe. From 20 to 12 is now going to be 20 to 16.
Oh,
So
it's a
the
nerf.
later
I
stages
thought
of
it
the
was like
game, it's gonna
reduced, but it's
be
increased.
A little up, less off.
Yeah, so if you're a Jing Wei player and you want to actually be positioned well,
Why does it
you
say
have to be very
explosive
careful
bolt,
because you
but it's
might
supposed
get
to be the
use your
dash?
agility, think you're going to be able to use it again, and now with a longer cooldown, you might get caught out without that being up. So it's again taking away from her safety just a little bit there.
Okay. We'll see how that works out
Jing
for Jing Wei as well.
Wei
And next
getting
on
them
the list-
nerfs, boys.
And just to be clear, it's going to be explosive bolts is
Yeah.
the crit chance and agility.
We didn't hit explosive bolt twice. That should be agility.
Yeah, it should be explosive bolts and agility is the second one. They got changed to 3, got
We
changed
got it, Hindu.
to having a
We got
longer
it.
cooldown at the later
Yes.
stages of the game.
We got it.
That
Yeah, I
is
mean,
sort
she's
of
still probably
not
fine, to
explosive
be
bolts
honest with you
in this
guys.
case. On the patch notes that I can see. Yeah. Good job, Pon.
16-second
I
dash,
sometimes
worst
miss.
ADC in the game.
Sorry.
Sometimes.
Hey, I think I got everything on Anubis there pretty well.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, see?
Maybe you did something right. Capri, next on the list. Capri is having his health almost returned back to where it was, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
460 health at base is now going to be 490 health. Pom Pom,
What
why
else
are
did
we
you do
changing
to
it back?
Kepri?
Yeah, so Kepri had
What else
kind of
did
a
you do?
tumultuous release where he was very strong and he kind of nerf. He was very
Mm-hmm.
dominant, especially during Season 2 and stuff. And those changes now don't necessarily reflect where he currently is now. We have more Guardians, we have a lot of item changes, the meta has shifted,
Okay.
and so he's kind of fallen on the wayside of other Guardians. And we just want to make sure that there wasn't anything that was kind of really holding him back. And one of the things we noticed was, yeah, we did nerf his health, especially because of the passive shield that he got, but that was also really far outside of like where the Guardian standard kind of is. And so we're just bringing that back up so he's going to get a little bit more health in the early game. He's not going to be so low, and he's going to be a little bit better of a Guardian.
Okay, next on the list is going to be Nox, and a lot of people, I believe, have been asking for this one.
Yeah,
Which
this
Are they
is-
buffing Nox, bro?
Nox's candles will now only be blown out by God damage. So
Okay,
actually gonna
that's
make
nice,
a
I
little bit
guess.
more viable because
Is that all they did to
Yeah,
Nox?
so the big thing is if you were a Nox player, especially in the early lane, and you saw an opportunity
Stealth's
to
gonna
land
like
a 2-1
that. He
combo,
hates
you
the
would often
passive
not
right
do
now.
it because like you would not get any of the power, or
fucking
you
hates
land
the
it
current
and wouldn't
passive.
benefit
It's
from the
shit.
power because the minions would immediately take away all of your power.
But he might still hate
so
this, I
now
don't know.
You're rewarded for landing those combos instead of having the minions punish you.
Okay. Next, there's quite a few this week actually. I'm going next. Osiris on the list.
Osiris is on the list.
What's the main focal point of buffing Osiris this week?
Osiris is a character that you either build very
This
aggressively or
buff.
defensively, and
This buff.
kind of changes targeted towards both of them. Where if you build really aggressively, you're supposed to be using your
This
passive, or
passive
fragment
buff,
to
what
kinda
the
mitigate
fuck?
damage.
Mhm.
And in the late game, you're also using that to make sure that your defensive stats are really,
What?
really potent. But there was one target that wasn't really there, and that kind of was magical damage. You weren't
Okay.
able to shred any magical damage off. He was very
This
anti-physical.
fucking buff,
We were
bro.
giving him a little bit of anti-magical, not as much as the anti-physical, but just a
How
hair
much?
of magical protection on his passive now.
How much?
So that he can actually get into the late game fights. If
We
there's a
get it,
mage,
he's
not
getting
gonna be
magical
taking
on his
yeah,
passive.
defensive
How
choice
much?
If he uses ultimate or had his full passive on.
Okay,
Pop,
so
please.
the fragmented passive is now going to provide Osiris with 1% magical damage mitigation per stack.
Yeah, and the
for you
physical
guys
is
at home.
2%. So this is half
So
of the
it's gonna be
physical.
8%
But just gives
total.
some defense against magical a little
Mhm.
bit more. Okay. Next on the list
That's
is Terra. Oh my
actually a
gosh,
lot
we're
of
hitting- we're nerfing
protections.
Everything that everyone's been complaining about.
Yeah, Terra's getting on the nerf too.
Well then, Terra's
Yes,
nerf this
no
week
more
is gonna
Terra.
be, instead of the
World's gonna be
scaling cooldown that
crazy.
we had where we changed it there, it's now going to be 110 seconds at all ranks now. So
Mhm.
it's not going to lower in cooldown as the game goes on.
Yeah, so this one is really kind of more towards what we saw her do in competitive, where
We're
every 90
gonna
seconds, especially in the
see
late game,
some
you can do a
major
lot of things to
changes
save
for
your team,
Worlds. I like
just
it.
across the map for free.
Osiris
and
OP.
that's something that's kind of unique to her, but also shouldn't be happening too often. Athena, I think, had the same thing where she especially could get into late game team fights or early game team fights and teleport very quickly. And so it's limiting her ability to protect your team all the time.
Okay. Well, second to last God balance this week is going to be Toth.
Mhm.
And Toth, obviously, he's just come out.
If his alt's still one-shotting?
Let him sit there for a little while now, but what's the reason for the change?
This is alt still
So
one
we talked
shotting.
about this a bit on the last show, which was he was underperforming, and that was also because he's a very difficult god. He's very position oriented. A lot of people started to learn him, kind of learn what his ranges were. And we watched that develop a little bit, and we have kind of decided that yes, he's still weak. We were looking at stats, we were looking at people who were doing really well with him, and even then he was underperforming.
What?
And so
Who the
big
fuck you
thing is
watching?
We're not looking to increase his damage directly because we don't feel like that's the right place to touch him.
Okay.
The more appropriate thing to do is make sure that players can actually land his abilities more consistently. Make sure that there's still opportunity for people to dodge if they need to, but it's not so easy to dodge.
His
It's not so
alt's
easy,
gonna have
and
a
it's gonna be more
wider
Thoth players
cone
who
or whatever the
need
fuck
to
it's
get
called.
options.
Okay, so
Watch.
Hieroglyphic Assault, first of all, is going to get an increased projectile speed by 20%, first of all. So it makes
That
him
is-
land a little bit easier.
Which one is that?
Evade and Punish is also going to have the radius increased from 3 to 4. And not only that, the Glyph of Pain, the mana cost is going to go down. It used to be 60 at all ranks. It's now going to scale from 25 at the starting rank
Oh
all the way
shit!
up to 45 at the max rank.
Yeah,
So
they
even
didn't
at
touch the
top
alt.
rank,
At least not
it's
yet.
still going to be cheaper than
Mhm.
So the
base
one
version we
travels
had before.
faster.
Yeah, that's kind of his.
The
big
dash has
gimmick
a
and
higher,
making
bigger
sure he can
radius,
use
I
that
guess.
gimmick often. He's not going to be really limited on
Why
mana.
does it
he's
say
gonna be
4
more limited on
seconds?
mana when he uses all of his
From
abilities.
3 to
interact with
4
it.
seconds?
That's
What?
kind of important for him.
There's only one more change, Pom Pom.
Yeah, there's one more, and this is the last one I was talking about.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
They
I've
didn't
also
touch his
been in
alt, wow.
order.
I'm just
I think
putting
we're
this
good.
back on ready for the next
No, they're
Oh my
buffing
God.
tier. Please don't buff
That's right, I
tier.
still have it.
No,
Tier is now going to be the law.
Mhm.
No!
This is the-
I fucking
Absolutely.
hate
Tell you
tier,
what, Pom
dude.
Pom, how
I
about
fucking hate
you
tier.
read out what this changes?
I have to squint down at the bottom of my screen, but I can do it.
You could just say it out loud because you know what it
Okay,
is.
well, it's basically his stance switch is now available at level 1 base. It's the same as Hell stance switch, Uller stance switch. You just now have access to it immediately. You have a rank 0 version of it.
What?
So yeah, you can switch
Bro,
stance level 1.
He's
So
clear
if
in every.
you please,
What?
Fearless charge, if you want, you can do it.
So Tyr now basically has the all effect is the best way we
Mhm.
can really put this. Is like when
Oh,
all
what?
comes into the game, you
My
automatically
dude
have the stance
Can
change.
fucking
You don't get any
four
benefits
full
from
combo
having,
somebody.
this
at level
stance change
2.
not leveled because
Yeah,
you don't
get any
bonuses,
power defenses.
but you can still change stance.
You get
for free.
4 abilities at level
And
2.
the big thing here is he was often limited, especially in the early game, of he had to choose, do I just keep pumping points to my 1 and my 2, or
What?
do I get access to all my other abilities?
He's
And he had
clear
to
on
spend
buffs
double
is
to
gonna
do
be
that.
decent
That
now
could put you
too.
very
What
far
the shit?
behind. Especially also he's limited by mana, so we basically wanted to make sure that he had access to these. He didn't feel bad for spending a point. He could choose to level up what he wanted to and compete in the laning phase. But if he
What?
does really want to be using all these stances immediately, he's going to be paying a heavy mana cost for that.
I don't know
Well,
about
we'll see what
jungle
works out for
tier,
Tier in the
but
early game as well,
what
or
the
even all
fuck?
stages of the game with that new
Yep.
effect for him. And that's the end of the patch note segment in terms of item
What?
balance. Pon,
We
your
did it.
favorite thing?
I think it's Tier. I'm really
Definitely Tier.
interested to see what Tier does. He's actually been like underperforming a little bit, and so
Okay.
this also helps bring him
What
up a
the
little bit.
hell,
In competitive,
dude?
he kind of comes in and out. And
Why
so
they
just seeing
buff
kinda where he falls
Tyr and
out,
Osiris and
people worry
nerf
about him,
mages?
how they do the laning phase and all those matchups, because all those matchups are pretty much going to change.
I don't play any of these
So it'll
gods.
be really interesting to see how people use Tier.
Well, Pon, it's been a pleasure as always, but I'm sure you'll be back in a second to give us a little bit more camera work for what we're about to go into next.
Yep.
Which is going to be with my lovely guests once again on the casual set with AJ, Matt, and Chuck, because the latest god is on his or her way.
Her way.
It's her way.
Oh, this is
And that
Nike.
latest
Is anyone
god-
else imagining Pon running back to the desk?
He is,
Yeah.
he is. And he's like, oh no, I'm going to
I think it's actually right there, so he just like sticks one step over, but
So, Matt, you were
Way
one
to
of the
ruin it.
designers involved in making the latest god that's going to be joining the battlefield this week. It's Nike or Nikkei or...
Nike, someone in the studio said it should be pronounced Nikkei, but
Okay.
Nike.
Nike. Okay.
Yeah.
Nike.
What is the
Fuck
story
Nikkei.
of Nike before we even go into it? What's the background?
Yeah, so there's not much for her out there because
All
a
right,
lot of
he's
stories
gonna
were actually
main
passed
Nike.
down through oral tradition or maybe were destroyed in the process of history. But what we do have is that she was
All right,
she was the
Sam.
goddess of victory, so she would give laurels to people who were victorious in wars and
Okay.
battles. And she was also seen as a close associate of Athena. So being next to Athena, she got to, become very wise in commanding battles. And I think she gains her fame mostly from participating in the war against the Titans with Zeus.
Okay.
And so they attribute the victory of that war mostly to her. And so because she won the war for them, she got to be Zeus's right hand goddess.
Now, on top of this, obviously, Chuck, we can see the Arcada on the screen here, but what's the overall like arc and design? Is she going to be what's her role first of all, Matt? I guess
Her role is going to be a warrior,
a warrior.
and she's focused mostly on being more aggressive. Disrupting the backline.
Oh,
being
I like
in
it.
the
Aggressive
space.
warriors mean jungle
We'll see
warriors.
how she does that. And Chuck,
Let's
obviously,
go,
like, her
boys.
design is all like focused around that sort of theme.
Right, so this was another case for us to have kind of a strong female warrior, but she has this very angelic component with the wings, so we wanted to kind of work her into this kind of paladin-esque, inspiring leadership
Yeah, she does look
figure,
like a paladin. Ooh,
as
the wings are
opposed to
dope.
Bellona, who was the last kind of tough female warrior who's just kind of real murdery.
She reminds me of like
Yeah,
Bellona and
angry.
Athena.
That's
I
better.
think.
That's a better word. So we wanted to get something that was a good appearance and personality difference to really contrast Bellona while kind of having some of the same combat equality. So if you think of it as like Athena's on the left, Bellona's on the right, Nike is like in the center.
Kind of in the center.
Yeah,
So
sure.
A bit of both of those.
That's
That
pretty
makes some
good
sense.
discussion.
I can understand that one. Well,
They
let's have a
just
little
said
look
they
at what she
combined
does at home.
Bellona and
You
Athena.
guys at home. Matt,
They
first of all,
literally
why don't
should have
you tell
named
me a
this god
little bit
Weekend.
about her first thing we're going to mention, which is her passive.
Yeah, so her passive it's actually really exciting. We've never done anything like this for passives in Smite and
Okay.
abilities in general. So you can think of it like an achievement that your team needs to
There's a lesbian
get,
haircut.
like,
I don't
work
give a
towards
shit.
in the match. And so she has
She
three
could be a
goals that she
giant
sets out
turd
for
on the
your team.
ground. Oh, I
And
care.
by accomplishing each goal, you get increased power and movement speed. You get a stack of it.
Do
Like
the
a stack
goals
of-
do the
sorry.
goals change each game, or are they going to be
No,
the same goals every game?
They're the same goals every
What are the
game.
goals?
Okay.
But they are kind of like segmented so that you can acquire them in different ways. You don't have to do it in a certain order. You can do it all like separately if you need to. So our first goal is to kill 200 minions as a team. So
10 gods, I believe, is the first one.
They're not in order.
Oh, they're not
it
in
doesn't
order.
matter
Right,
which
okay, sorry,
order.
my
It doesn't
bad.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Way to
okay,
go,
So he just killed 10
Hindu.
gods.
So
okay,
kill 10
so
gods.
yeah, so 10 gods is one of the goals.
Right.
10
Another
kills
goal
gives
is to
you
kill
a
200
buff.
minions as a team.
Okay,
And
minions gives you a
the
buff.
Final goal is to have at least 2 allies that are level 20. So you'll see that when you
She's
achieve
late
one
game
of
as
the goals,
fuck.
you get a laurel on your head, which actually shows up on every character as well
So
on your team.
every character on your team.
10
gets it.
kills
Yes, get a little
and
to let you
level
know that you
20s
gain
are
this buff or
obviously late
bonus
game
what
as
you-
fuck.
what
What
you
the hell?
gain from this.
And
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of the goals are team goals.
They're all team
In competitive,
So
that's like a
you don't get any
25
kills
minute
as
mark
Nike. You
goal.
can have your
So the first-
mid laner get all 10 kills, and then your whole team gets the laurel
So it's
buff.
kill 10 gods as a team gets you 1 laurel.
Wait,
Killing
wait, the
200
whole
minions as a
team gets the
gets
buff?
you 2 laurels overall. 'cause
The
you get
whole
first
team
one.
gets the passive?
And then the last one is
Hold on.
at least 2 allies at level 20. So that
What?
does that include you if you're playing
Correct.
as Nike?
Correct.
So
So
you're
th-
one
you get
to
a
hit level
movement
20,
speed
then you
and
get
what?
one other person to do it as well.
Yeah.
And you'll get all 3 goals achieved.
Bro,
But
this is my
what
god.
do these goals actually do other than give me a little
I can
aura
buff
on
Cyclone and
So
Stealth.
they give, like I said earlier,
An
bonus
oceans?
power
Uh-huh.
and movement speed, and stacks up to 3 times. So over the course of the game, you'll notice that your strength slightly ramps up over the time that you're playing.
So power and movement speed from the passive
Correct.
as you just continue playing the game, pretty much.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. And the fact that it influences your whole team as well is
A
pretty strong
global
coming to affect any
passive
game. And
that's
any time as
late
well, it
game.
would come in differently based off
Show
how
me
well
this
you perform
bitch's
as a team as
abilities.
well.
Correct.
Tell
This
me I
kind of
can jungle
represents
her,
Nike's
and I'm never
leadership
playing another god ever again.
qualities.
Right, she's like
Dude,
motivating everyone too.
she's an achievement
We
giver.
can't
Like,
get
that's
She's
the
got
way-
cleave?
That's why there's no
We
way
can't
you
auto
can
text
watch
cleave?
these guys if you
Six,
didn't
six,
notice. It's
seven.
because
Number
basically
one.
Nike
There is
took
3.
Nike
took
could
3
punch me in
achievements
the
and put them all
face
in
and
her own
I
kit.
thank
And we
her.
just thought that this fit.
She
her character
cleaves
and her
on
kit
auto
so well. I mean,
attacks.
this is
Her
during
first
the
2
early
autos
brainstorming
cleave,
esports,
bro. Cleave,
players, the
cleave, giant hit.
Dev team, everybody was like, "This is a great idea, great ability." We were super stoked about it.
Now,
And
you actually did see her auto attack a little bit there. AJ. I was going to ask you to talk about her first ability.
She has
first of
2
all, because
cleaves.
She has a cleave attack, it seems.
That do full
on her hit
damage
check.
almost.
Correct. This time around as
That
well.
is full damage.
And
She has
the-
no
the
items.
cleave attack, what's the actual ratio there? Is it
Her timing is 1-1.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she's
1-1,
doing a full
1.25,
100%
right?
damage, on her first 2
Cleaves.
and
Okay.
her last one is 1.5.
okay?
I to-
But the
that's
first 2 are
close.
cleaves and the last
Holy
one is a
shit.
single target damage. Okay.
1-1
attacks
cleaves,
that
cleave
we have,
1,
the
cleave
sort of
1,
combos that we have
and then
for
1.5
these
single
generally
hit.
end with the cleave,
Holy
not start
shit.
with them.
Right,
And this
right.
time, a little bit different.
yeah, that's the first time we've done that,
So
and we
happy.
it really fit her weapon super well. Is what we liked it the most. Like, it looks really good while she's swinging.
Bro,
around
don't
this
tell me to
kind
let
of
them
halberd
speak. There's
pole-
another
pole-arm
stream.
weapon.
Go watch the other stream
Now,
or the other
you mentioned
YouTube
as well,
video.
Matt,
Don't be a
she's going to
bitch.
be someone that goes to the back line and deals, looks to disrupt the back line. Is she
Correct.
very CC heavy, or is she more focused on damage, or?
I would say she's more focused on damage, kind of like feeling like a Cyrus in a way
Uh-huh.
where you kind of use your autos to stick to people, but she has abilities to help her get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, AJ, talk us through the first ability then, which I believe is called Rend.
Yes, that's correct. So her first
Oh,
ability
that sounds
Rend
like a
is
warrior.
it's a line attack, and it's a channeled instant line damage. So she's going to swing her weapon and deal 2 line attacks straight down the middle.
Okay.
And
Can you move?
this is kind of like Wukong Cudgel or
Yes,
a
he
lot of other
stands-
things, but
oh,
it
you
channels
can
through
move.
2 in a row. It's going to deal increasing damage, and it provides a, Matt, remind me, it's the protection shred?
Right. So if you hit enemy twice,
Right.
you break the armor, shredding their protection.
And it has to be the same enemy.
You have to hit the same enemy twice in a row to get the additional
All
protection
right.
shred. And you have full control of the
Weekend
movement.
camp
You can
soul
aim
lane.
and turn this in any one
Weekend
direction. But if you
number
do hit the
one.
same target twice, you're going to get the
667.
protection shred.
Number 1.
Okay, so the
You
first one is
guys
just literally
streaming
like
tonight.
deal damage and then deal damage again on the same area,
What?
or move location and reposition, basically. It's almost like Amaterasu Ultimate is what I'm
It's
thinking.
like a
with the first attack and then
Serketsu-ish.
the second attack of the Ultimate, where you can reposition afterwards.
It's more like, it handles a lot like that, and but it was kind of more like old Guan, I believe, where you could stack
Yeah.
hits on the same target. Amaterasu just needs to hit any target to progress her combo. Nike wants to really make sure she's focusing on the same
I'm
target, and this speaks to what
down.
Matt was going for with her general
What's that hit
archetype.
for?
She really wants to get in the back line and focus somebody
Oh, it's
down
100.
and
Wait, is it like $300
focus
at
more on
or
dealing
$300?
and
300
preventing
damage
to herself
at max rank?
more than doing a lot of CC.
Okay, well, the second ability that we're going to talk about before we continue with this one, I guess, it should be obviously brought up now. It's going to be called
Yeah.
Plan of Action. And Matt, tell me a little bit about what this does, because from what I understand, it's going to empower the other abilities.
Correct. So let's start with the stuff it gives. So it has a passive effect. It just gives HP 5. That helps her in her laning phase.
Okay.
When she needs that passive HP 5 to stay in lane, 'cause she doesn't have a lot of other abilities that help her compete with warriors. And then when you press it, she gets a golden effect, and that's people know like, okay, she's gonna do something special. And what that is it augments her first, third, and fourth ability to do something special.
Okay.
So should we go backwards and
We should
talk
go back
about
to the
one?
first ability
Yeah.
now then. Now that we know this one, we should have started with this one in the first place. AJ, what happens with the first ability then once it's
So now you're going to get a third strike on Rend.
Oh.
It's going to completely different animation too. You see, you get an extra swirl at the
Those
end. And I believe
longer?
even the first 2 are adjusted slightly
Okay.
while
Looks-
she's
it's
while she
longer,
has her
right?
stim active. It's going to do additional wave of damage by hitting with the third strike, and if you hit with all 3 strikes, there's another bonus effect. You hit the same person all 3 times.
Yeah, you get a disarm,
get
on the
disarm, yeah.
last attack.
Oh,
you can't
we're
show 'cause
one shot.
For how long?
Pom-Pom brings in
Nerf
level 1
pawn,
bots all
nerf
the time.
pawn. You
But
can't disarm the ogre.
So you have
No,
to
you
empower it, and you have to hit the same target 3 times in a
3
row to
times.
make sure it disarms as well. It can't be
Correct.
different targets, and the last one.
Can
gets
it be
disarmed.
interrupted, though?
It's always the same target.
So the important thing to note here is that if you hit the same target twice, you still get the protection shred. So the third hit will benefit from that as well.
There it
Gotcha.
is.
So you get protection shred plus the disarm.
So it does more damage on the last
Are
hit
you immune
because
to
of that
like
as well. And then
knockups
obviously,
or anything?
On top of that, the plan of
'Cause
action does give a power boost as well, I believe, when you activate it as well for the next ability used.
Yeah,
That's gonna
so
be
it
questionable.
adds flat damage to every ability that, or next ability that you use, and so the one will actually get that instance 3 times because she's using 3 different attacks.
Of course, yeah.
And plan of action is super unique. We haven't done an ability really that stims
so the
your other
2,
abilities and kind of
if
changes how
procced,
they work.
and then use your 1, it's gonna do
I
extra
wanna mention,
damage
too, that when you activate plan of action, it's the
An
next
extra
ability
attack,
you
which is even
use
more
that can
damage.
be stims. You need to choose.
and a disarm.
You can't just stim and then go 1, 3, 4 real quick.
Can you
gotta-
activate it and hold it, though? Well, that seems to be what
Yes,
you're doing here,
you can
right?
hold it for as long as you want, and it won't go on cooldown until you use another ability.
And
Her
it
axe
looks,
looks
it looks
awesome.
like plan of action is pretty cheap. What's the cooldown at base?
The cooldown, I think, is around 16 seconds. It scales down, I believe, as well. So if you level into it, you can
use
use
it
it
more
more
often.
often.
Yeah, leveling up that ability gives you increased power and increased HP 5, obviously just passively, and then obviously it lowers the cooldown as well, so it's a very good ability to be looking at maxing maybe second.
And new effects on your other abilities, not just increased damage, but completely, new things on the other abilities, which is really cool.
AJ, that's enough about plan of action. What about the third ability?
Yeah, let's see some valiant leaping.
Is that a leap?
I
So-
wonder what she's going to do.
Right?
Can
A
I leap
valiant
over the
leap
wall?
is her third ability. So
Oh.
she has these really badass wings.
Whoa.
And
It's
this is
Bologna
something we
ult
thought
without
would
a
fit her
stun.
super well from the very beginning. So she has a nice big heavy
That is a
long
knock-up?
duration leap, and it's got a knock up on landing.
This is better than
That is a knock-up
Bologna.
and not like and her disperse. It keeps them in place, correct?
It is a
doesn't-
knock straight up.
It doesn't knock them around or anything like that. It's just straight up in the air.
Bro, I'm in
Armor's a
heaven.
squishier
I'm
character.
playing
He's a
this
hunter.
bitch
A
in
lot
the
of times he
jungle
does wanna
every
get
game.
people away from him.
true.
Nike is the opposite. She wants to close the gap. So when she lands on you, she's going to slow you down by knocking you straight up and let her get some attacks in on you.
It's a knock-up. It's literally better than Bologna ult. It's Bologna ult with a knock-up instead of a
I'm saying
stun.
this now. What does the
What?
empowered version do then?
It makes her leap faster.
Faster.
Oh,
So that's what's
Ooh.
really cool about it. It actually changes the timing of
Okay.
her travel time.
I love her.
Okay.
So it's going to make it so you can, really close the gap on somebody really quick, or
Leaving
if
my
you're having trouble
fiance,
hitting a character who's really
I'm
fast
only gonna
movement
play
speed,
Nike for
it'll
the
help
rest
you
of my
make sure
life.
you secure the CC on them.
And it still gives the knock up as well from that effect, right?
Yeah,
as you can see.
The only thing that changes with you get the bonus damage from plan of action, and you get the bonus
What
travel time,
the
the faster
fuck?
travel time.
Oh lord, I've just realized that the 2 empowers everything, and now I'm like, what's the ult gonna do? 'Cause
Oh,
whatever
just
the
wait
ult
and
does is
see.
gonna empower it as well, right?
Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
So, well, I guess Matt, tell me what the name of the ult is and what exactly it
What
does.
the
Okay,
fuck?
so the ultimate is called Sentinel of Zeus, and when she uses it, she transforms into her armored Sentinel version. So she gets this really cool helmet on her. She
That's
gets the
badass.
wings, extra effects, and she has this shiny effect on her. So just to show that she's in this form, so everyone knows, hey, she's changed. So when she casts this, she does a pulse outward that
Yep.
does damage and slow, and
Slows?
she gets a health shield. If you see on the health bar, she gets a percentage of her
Holy
max health as a
shit.
health shield.
A large health
That's
shield.
40%.
Very
Percentage of
big
health.
Chunky.
Yes.
It is a
That's
big health
40%.
I believe
That's a
it
40%
is
health shield.
40%.
40%
Correct. Yeah.
on that at base.
Base. Yeah.
That's at base? Does it scale up,
Don't
bro?
ask.
What?
What does the empowered version do then?
It just enhances the shield and the slow to 60%.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
She has 2
So she
health
gets
bars.
60% health shield and slow.
First 5 seconds.
I'm glad you
What?
buffed it. Someone's gonna go to say because whoo, that's a
Is that
big
your
old
current
shield.
health
That's
or
a
your
slow
total
increase
health?
as well as the shield
Correct,
amount that she
yeah.
gets
And the
increased too.
slow gets
Oh my
inflicted on the guys that get hit by the initial burst.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So one thing to note here is that it may sound, oh yeah, I definitely use it for the ultimate, but you're kind of using your 2 on one ability only in the battle.
Yeah.
Because of the cooldown on
Yeah.
it. So you have to choose wisely when you're, should I leap in faster? Should I use more damage on my 1, or should I actually use it on my ult?
I'm
to
using
get
my
me-
ult every time.
Yeah.
I want that 60% shield and 60% slam. Like, yes, give me that. I can just
I
see the battle.
want
So,
to play this
the
god
way you
so
described it as well, Matt,
bad.
is the fact that she goes to the back line and is very aggressive, and she can just stand and bang. That's the best thing she can do here. Like, she's a survivor
Yes.
more than anything else in these
Correct.
battles, where she doesn't have a.
She actually has an initiation. If you 3 ult, that's an initiation.
Then you're not going to have the escapability.
Even the 3.
by using the leap as well.
I mean,
Right, you jump back there on their Nox or their new Wa and just start crushing them till they're dead.
Yep. And you got the health shield, so even if they burn their ult on you, you're still alive.
I've got to say, the art team did amazing work again on the ultimate as well, where you can just see the mask come on and things. Like, she's like, yeah, let's go. Like, ready for battle.
Yeah, the helmet, she gets extra effects off her knees
She
and
is
elbows
awesome.
and wrists and her wings. It's just really
I don't
cool
think
looking.
she's gonna be the most broken god. I don't think she's gonna do that much
That's kinda
damage.
funny. We actually had to scale her hair down.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The reason I say that is your one can be interrupted, and it's your only damaging
That's
ability.
real game dev
Really.
right there.
Yeah, no,
you gotta
your ult
do some
doesn't hit
crazy
that
stuff.
hard.
We had to do some crazy stuff to actually get the laurels to work on every god, too.
Yeah. Oh, kudos to Brian Sear
Yeah, shout-outs.
for doing the manual labor required to get the laurels to work on the different gods.
It was not easy.
I mean, she's gonna be built tanky, but I'm wondering where the damage is gonna come
Weekend
from.
number
Brush the
one.
dust off of this.
667.
What is this, head 01?
I'm loyal
Does
less than
everyone
3.
have this?
No.
Can we attach something to it? And we were like, well, technically everyone has it, but some people have it in their pelvis.
Yeah, we've shut down this idea multiple times, actually, but with Nike, it fit her lore and her kits so well, we were like, we just...
I feel like her one is
Yeah.
gonna need to be
Talk to me a little bit
knock-up
about her
immune or
playstyle
something.
then, Matt, about how we expect her to be played. She's going to be a solo laner. Can she jungle? Can she support a little bit? Like, where would you expect to see her
Not a
play?
support
what
player.
kind of itemization are we expecting people to look at with this god?
I don't think she can be played support.
Okay.
No.
And maybe she could if someone actually really understood her fully and figured out a way to do it. But in playtest, she's mostly being played in solo lane.
Okay.
A lot of people like to build her very aggressively, so they'll build like Witchblade, Frostbound, you know, the auto attack build, and they'll just go in and crush people.
Bro, I'm about to do that
I'm thinking health
Frostbound
builds from
build.
my personal
I like to build her
standpoint right
tanky.
now.
I like to
Yeah.
build her tanky.
Like, if you're going to get a 60% health shield, that's why I'm like, max health. I'm like, maybe you go for full health build.
Yeah, and
no.
the beauty of that, you still have utility on you that you can help in team fights if you're not doing damage. You still have the protection shred, the disarm.
I think you
the
need to be
knockup.
doing some
Yeah, you
damage.
go in and you
Frostbound's
start
gonna
the
be pretty good on
combat,
her.
And then your teammates come in behind you
Yeah.
while everyone's confused and
Right.
yeah.
And you're just a wall, and you're like, oh man, how do I deal with this?
So our first look at Nike, she looks absolutely fantastic as well.
The
Now,
three
she's
is
gonna
for,
be
like,
available at the
250.
BTS. AJ, do we know when?
Problem today or tomorrow? I know that's a Larson question always.
It's a Larson question.
Hi-res Chris. He will let us know soon.
Pon, are we doing the recolor?
We got to do the voice pack too,
We've got the voice pack, yeah.
Oh yeah.
and we have a few other little extras to add about Nike as well.
Oh, we do?
I do.
Well, let's listen to the voice pack.
Tavin. May glory be yours. My people's love is my strength. Magnificent. Join me, or allow me to join your head to the ground under my foot.
That was really
Sit
long.
back and watch as I rout your defenses. You may learn a thing or two about war. I saw Poseidon the other day and I asked him, what's crackin'?
Oh, that's a good one.
Gosh.
That's a good one, dude.
Everyone keeps telling me to just do it. Do what?
Okay, that was good.
Yo, this bitch is gonna be available at Worlds.
Voice pack writer, actually. He worked with me on Dubstep Yana. Still one of my favorite voice
They're
packs.
planning on her being available for
We really killed that
Worlds,
one.
team.
Yeah.
Oh my
By the way, she's
gosh,
got
this is
the
game
between
changing.
Bologna and the voice pack as well here as well.
man,
She's got a
there's-
little bit of...
Yeah, get
You
that
know,
music.
it's
Wow.
a nice contrast to that. I want you to do it.
Yeah,
You're like,
she's
oh,
angry
good.
Bologna.
Ooh,
Hold on, there's some
okay.
extra features with her voice pack too, right?
Wait, what?
Yes.
Yes. So
Um,
how does that work, Matt?
So
Just
it's
to
still
do
being
it.
worked
Bro,
out.
she's gonna be
But,
available at World.
In her ultimate form, she'll have this angelic effect
What?
applied to her voice. I don't know if it's working. If you use your abilities, she should have like this booming voice
Okay.
overlaid on top instead. Yeah, so it's not in yet.
Okay.
But it will be.
So
This
the
is part of the plan. Is
The
that
extra
she's
voice
gonna-
lines are going to be available when it goes live as well.
Correct.
Just
And
like
I mean, I'm gonna
the
test the
this
jungle. I
deeper,
don't know if she's
booming,
gonna work in
echoing
the
voice
jungle.
That's not her normal.
I
one
think
that
there's
has this great
potential.
After Effects that's going to be used while she's in her ultimate form.
Gank potential is
It's
weird
very
though.
scary and or motivational, depending on which team.
The
you're on.
gank 100% relies on you landing your
your
3.
skins for this one as time goes on, right? Right.
But I mean, Bologna kind of played the same,
We were
right?
just brainstorming
Bologna didn't
skin
have a
ideas
leap,
for her this morning.
and she worked, so maybe.
I just had an
really?
idea. This is something that Chuck could be like, yo, we could do this with it. And then we're like, yeah, let's make it happen.
And then I'm like, yeah,
Let's-
Chuck's been on vacation.
Yeah, let's plan a whole bunch of stuff so he can freak out.
Chuck's like, I've got an idea. Dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, here's a recolor with the hawk kind of wings
Yes.
Ooh, she's
yeah,
which
yeah.
are really
green.
cool,
Yeah, they do look really
Yeah.
good.
and some darker brown red hair.
More of that green motif on her as well.
Right. Yeah, we really wanted to
Yeah.
tie in the green because of the
Yeah.
laurel wreaths. You know.
And we already had green kind of in the original color scheme, and we rarely have characters that are very green. I don't know if you knew that about Smite.
Yeah, that's true.
Thing.
So
And then the other idea
Kabrakan?
was that
yeah, that's their skin.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just like, which one's going to... I was thinking of green.
But that's still not a lot.
But who has
That's like-
green armor,
two
you know?
guys. And then the other thing
See,
was,
Apollo.
you know, we wanted to kind of do this cool
one scale.
falcon wings pattern, which I thought turned out really awesome.
Yeah, they look
she looks
really
sick.
cool.
Fantastic. I'm excited to see how she ends up getting played, because I think she's going to have a lot to her as you play her. Like, on a simple level, she's going to be very simple to play for newer players, but then as
I
she
like
get
the green.
deeper into the
Nuance. The
I'm
nuance.
so excited to play her.
Yes, of the solo lane.
I hope
as
it's
she plays
fun,
boys
man.
as well. She
I-
fights an
she
interesting
can't be
She
a
has a very
letdown.
interesting solo
I'm just
lane, you
worried
know,
about her
so,
having no
counters and
damage,
checks and
'cause she
balances
really
like
has,
her,
like, no
her
damage.
Her main lane clear ability is not knock-up immune or CC immune, so you can cancel that out real well if you're a real smart solo laner, and then you need to learn.
Bro,
to
if
play
you could
against it.
get
Like, I just got stomped
an
by
itch of
Hades
all
played
and a
Distance.
frostbound,
Silencing
and then
me
build
out of it,
tank, and then get a
I didn't
Kins,
recover
you
quick enough
might
and
be able
start
to do
relying on my
damage.
cleave attacks, which I should have been. So
Maybe.
you really got to play to your opponent. There's a lot of cool little tricks you can do.
And her ultimate does have CC immunity, but it's only a very short duration now, just for the cast. So
Right.
you'd have to play around that carefully. Like, you could get Ares pulled if you mistime it, or you'd have to really be careful about your controlling fights.
Yeah.
I mean, you would
As an
max the
Amaterasu
one,
player,
unless
I'm
the 3 has
excited
a
about it
really
'cause it's
short
got that
cooldown
same
at higher
kind of
rank.
like, I'm gonna go in there and just start mixing it up, you know. So
And you can silence her out of brand.
Why'd you gotta release her weakness?
I mean,
like,
they're-
right
but
on
she's
stream?
got so many
You
strengths,
can
too,
silence
you know,
out
so
of
it's like,
one,
that's
you can
cool.
knock up out of one, you can
It'll be all
stun
right.
out of
Yeah,
one.
balance out and then leap
But yeah,
on
she
the
has a
wave
cleave.
anyway and be like, yeah.
Leaping on the
That's
wave,
true,
no,
yeah.
that'll get you killed.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. I just pop my shield then and be like, it's okay.
I guess so.
We're good. Do we have time for Q&A at all this week?
Oh, we got some. Yeah, we
sure?
got. We
We
definitely
I'm
got
not
some.
listening
Okay,
to
cool.
Q&A,
Hopefully some
boys and
Q&A.
girls. No Q&A here. The PTS will be up tonight. So that is gonna be it for me. I'm gonna get this video up on YouTube. I'm excited for Tier, because I think Tier is gonna be a god tier solo laner again, just because they early game should be stronger. They nerfed mages, they buffed Osiris. You're gonna see Osiris played again a lot. Nike is about to be dope. I'm gonna try to figure out some way to make her in the jungle, make her work in the jungle, because she reminds me of Bellona, just with a little bit like less ability damage, but the potential to really set up a team, more potential to set up a team than Bellona. Like, Bellona was the ult and the slow that set up the team. This god has a leaping knockup and a slow on the ult. So we will see. What if she has knockup immune on her one? Maybe. I mean, she's still gonna have counters, which makes sense. But she's a cleave. She has a cleave auto attack, and then her third hits for 1.5% or times, whatever. That'll be interesting. Anyway, have a good day, guys. I'll be back tonight after scrims. Should be around 10 or 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I will be playing PTS if it's up. If the PTS isn't up, I am gonna be playing viewer games. If PTS is up, I'm playing Nike, and they will be viewer games on PTS. So be here. Make sure you have PTS downloaded, and have a good evening. I will see you all later. Oh yeah, global passive, which buffs Cyclone, Oceans, and Stealth. So GG. We'll see what happens. Have a good night, guys. I'll be back in a few hours. 5 hours I should be on.